With a process video for Lottie Loves Paper, and I took delivery of my new kit the other day, the summertime kit, which is gorgeous. But before I launch into that, I've got lots of scraps and bits and lots of 12 by 12 still from previous kits, and once I finish with the kit, I put all of the 12 by 12 papers that I've got left in a folder together. And what I'm wanting to do is use up some of those bits that I've got left over. I've pulled out some of the papers which I think work well with these photographs of my mum and myself and my mum's friend at my mum's birthday a couple of years ago. And so I'm just going through and choosing the papers that I want to use. I'm going to be using a scrap lift from the Facebook Scrap Squad group. And so I've got an idea already, sort of got an idea in my head, obviously, then how I want the papers to sit on the page. And I've gone with these two as a base to start off with, but neither of them are 12 by 12. So I need to make a 12 by 12 out of the pieces that I've got left from these two bits. So I've got a white 12 by 12 underneath that, just so that I can use it as a sizing guide, so that I make sure I get my background the right size. I've cut a panel from that chevron, and I'm just measuring how much space I've got left, so that I'm going to cut another strip from that floral to go on the other side, and the three panels together will then form my 12 by 12 background. I could stick it on the white 12 by 12, but the papers are fairly thick, so I think it'll be strong enough once I've stuck them together not to need to do that. I'm just obviously using that as a guide still, put a little pencil mark on the white sheet so that I pop that chevron back in the right place where I've measured it, and then just sticking that other panel down on the right hand side, and there's my 12 by 12 background. So it's a really handy way of using up sort of fairly larger leftover bits that are not quite 12 by 12. And then I want to use a mat to put on my photographs on, and I'm going to go with that black. I've got a black t-shirt on, and my mum's friend has got a black blouse on, so I'm going to bring, and obviously the floral is black, on its background is black, so I'm just wanting to bring a bit more of that in, just having a think about what colour to use as well. I want to mat that black piece on a different colour to just lift it from the black floral a bit, and I want a sort of tealy aqua colour to match the colour in the floral paper. And I'm going to go with this sheet from the 6x6 Simple Stories I Am paper pad. A, because I liked the colour better, and B, I was a bit reluctant to cut into that 12 by 12 just to provide a paper mat when I'd got an alternative that was pretty much a similar colour. So there I am, just fiddling with my photographs and that paper mat to get the positioning right, thinking about which photograph I want on top and which one I want to mount on a piece of memory foam to give it a bit of dimension, and changing my mind, as I quite often do. So I'm just going to stick that one down, and then the second photograph over the top on the foam pad. Not happy with that, because where the foam pad comes up over the photograph and the layers, it wasn't sitting quite evenly, so that's why I chopped off half of that foam so that it sat better on the page over the layers. So now I've got a doily which I've cut sort of a quarter out of, and that makes it nice and easy just to slip behind that photo mat. And I've to my right hand side, out of camera shot, I've got a whole pile of ephemera and sticker sheets and things, which are all again leftover bits from Lottie Loves Paper kits, or kits that I've bought, collections that I've bought from the store. So I've started off with that ephemera card and the vellum circle, which were both from a kit, and they are Heidi Swap. And then I've popped that phrase sticker over the top, which is from Auburn Lane. I've got a little puffy butterfly there, which is from Whimsical, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it's Whimsical. And then I'm wanting to think about my title, and I'm going to use the lovely rose gold thicker phrase stickers from the most recent Indigo Blue kit, but I just wanted a border underneath that top photograph first. So adding a row of those lovely cameras, and then adding the rose gold title onto that. I think it just gives something to ground it to, rather than just popping the title over the background papers. So that's Enjoy, and then I'm going to use Today under that and running it along the bottom underneath that second photograph. Just cutting it off the backing sheet, or cutting it round still on the backing sheet, so that I can just place it on there to see where I want it, popping it down, and then taking it straight back off again, because I decided I wanted some more strips under that photograph as well. And I've got these sticker sheets, which were, I think they were called a sticker book, although they're sort of individual sheets, from the Vicky Boughton Colour Kaleidoscope collection. And I had almost a lot of that collection from the Lottie Loves Paper shop, and made a whole range of layouts. It's a gorgeous, colourful collection. Having a look and seeing what else I want to add, going for a phrase strip, which I very often do because I love my phrases, love my script and word stickers. And then just tucking some more flowers, small little details under that title. You have to be a bit careful with those foam letters, lifting them up and down too much, because the surface does crack a little if you mess them about too much. Just using some more flowers there to add some more details to those clusters. And I've got a space on that top right hand corner over the doily, which I want to add something to. So I've got that circle sticker, which is from the same Heidi Swap range and the same kit as the ephemera card and vellum. So I've cut that in half and I've saved the other half. Can use that somewhere else on another layout. And I've also got another little phrase sticker, and then that banner as well from that same sticker sheet. Got a little puffy camera from an Amy Tangerine sticker sheet, and then a little flower as well. I wanted to bring in some tiny touches of slightly darker coral colour. They're almost kind of reddish, but not quite, just to pick up my mum's scarf. And actually my mum's friend has got that deep coral in her blouse as well, which I don't think you can maybe see so well on the video. So I wanted to just add some little touches of that darker colour. But I was struggling to find something with that colour in to add to that left hand side cluster, and that flower was really too orange. I'd had a random strawberry on there before, which I didn't really like, so that came off again as well. So I'm looking through the bits and pieces that I've got out, and I found this little butterfly, which was from the Whimsical rub-on set. So I'm just putting that onto a piece of white cardstock. Obviously that won't work as a rub-on where I want to put it because it's over multiple layers. So I'm packing it onto a sheet of white cardstock first, so I can then stick it over that those layers where I've got other things already with no worries. So I've just fussy cut that out and using my silicone glue gel to stick that down. Now I'm adding some obligatory splatters. Love a bit of splattering. I just think it helps to bring a bit of movement and a bit of detail to the layout. It helps the eye follow the line of the photographs and the embellishments, and that's sort of a rose gold colour from Shimmers. I've got a bit on the photographs there, but thanks to these photographs are printed on my Canon selfie, so any mess that I make on them just wipes straight off, thankfully, because I am messy. Just finishing off with some little heart details. The big puffy hearts and the little ones are all from Amy Tangerine's Shine On. And once I've popped those down, I'm going to write the date, and then that's pretty much me finished. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've seen how well all of the leftovers from kits still go together, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Bye!